Good evening, everybody. So today we are going to be watching 7KADEN and SIXFEDS go against each other for the second time in the grand finals for season 1. So their first match, originally, let me pull up the bracket real quick. So their first match was just around last week, and 7KADEN, coming from the losers bracket, was able to take Spinky out despite losing to him in round 1 this for the playoffs this season. So it's honestly probably going to be anybody's game for the match today. Spinky's and 7KADEN are both relatively seasoned players in NDL, and I believe that it's going to remain to be close, especially after, they've gone against each other, 2 times already in this bracket. 7KADEN, getting taken out by Spinky in round 1 and then pushing through the losers bracket all the way up into grand finals it's an impressive feat, to say the least. He went against Winlu right before the grand finals match. It was a pretty close game. It went 2-4 in his favor. It was a very close game, and I wish we could have watched that. And then he's coming up against Spinky for the second time today. If I had to guess, I'd probably say that Curse may have the upper hand here, given his more frequent activity in game and in NDL ranked. He's definitely picked up a lot of experience while waiting for this match. He's definitely got a lot of practice in, and I haven't seen a lot of that coming from Spinky. He is still definitely a great player, but the question is he washed? Has he become washed after maybe a week, 2 weeks of just not playing the game? Yeah, his past history is phenomenal. Like, he's even in the regular season, you'd see him 4-0 or 3-0 all of his opponents. I can't think of a single time in the regular season or the group stage where he actually had some trouble. So I'm certainly excited to see this match play out, and we are waiting for our players to get into the server right now. So, something to really consider about this is that it's best of 7, which is a bit different from how it works out in the regular season, where it's best of 5. And best of 7, it gives people a lot more chances to adapt to how their opponent plays. It allows... curse is at me. All right. It gives the opponent and yourself a lot of time to adapt to each other's play styles, and it you'll kind of see this conversation of sorts between the two players. And then especially with these map picks, the map picks are going to be probably one of the more important parts in this set, because some of these maps, it's pretty known that on a couple of these maps, they're just not that good for certain playstyles, which you'll end up seeing happen coming from SIXFEDS, I believe. As I know so far, KADEN, he's more aligned with the techie maps, the wide. He likes the open spaces, and same thing with Six. So I'm thinking we might see some locker room action. It's one of the more closed off maps, and it's less techie. It's a lot more strategic, so to speak. You have a lot of it's cramped space. You have a lot of cover and a lot of options to move around and flank around your opponent. It's one of those maps where you can't just sit there and wait or jump up and get a nice sight line. You need to be very aware of what your opponent is doing, how they might play, very predictive, so to speak. Both of the opponents have just joined the server. Let's take a nice look at them here. You have Spinky rocking the Deagle case hardened. Ew. And this is hidden. Here we go. All right, so we have Spinky rocking the Deagle case hardened and flexing. What knife is that? Oh, the default knife. No knife for Spinky, but he is flexing a Deagle case hardened. Not the kind of gun I would expect somebody to flex. And then we also have 7Curse, our other contender, coming out of the losers bracket, rocking the Valentine's collectible and a ruby. It seems. Oh, he just switched it up to the Cupid. You know, matching fit. Looking good, both of these competitors. And let's see how they fare today. I just told them to get into their platform so we could start seeing how they do today. Let's see here. They should be getting ready to start right about now. Some music going. All right. Man, I am excited to watch these competent players play today. You know, I feel like we might see some tech that we don't usually see coming from sniper duels. Say some crazy shots, is especially. You know, these both of these players are known for their flicks. We're just waiting on SIXFEDS now to hop on the platform. Naughty. Lightly grabbed the water. I am alone in the booth today, unfortunately. I would have loved to have chosen or one of our other casters to join me, but unfortunately they were busy, you know, managing their life, which, yeah, I totally respect that. Everybody has things to do outside of sniper duels, and it's a great thing to see. See, what else do we know about these players? That is a question. All right, there we go. We have Spinky. Just got into the server. Just rejoined. Probably starting his rec. And we are about to watch these players' first map. And it's going to be... Ooh, locker room. An interesting first map to be on for sure. One of the slower paced maps, I'd say going on to the shower side and gets a nice flick onto 7Curse from SIXFEDS. Taking a look at 7Curse here. Afraid to go into mid, holding an angle. Comes out after hearing the gunshot. Tries to take advantage of it, but gets caught by 6, holding an angle into the locker side. A very interesting first map pick for both of these players. Definitely good for a warm-up, I'd say. And that might be what both of them are planning to do. 7Curse gets a nice flick onto SIXFEDS from spawn into the showers. Both afraid to peek mid. It is definitely a scary angle to expose yourself in. Tries to get a shot off. Does not land it. Gets an amazing pixel angle onto Curse. Beautiful headshot from SIXFEDS right there. SIXFEDS going up to locker room. Trying to get shots off onto 6. But 6 catches him off guard on top of the lockers. Takes him out with a jump shot quick scope. Both still afraid to peek mid. Curse coming up on the locker side, trying to get an angle on 6 from spawn. He hears him. Checking his angles, trying to see if he can get a pick off from showers out in mid. slowly approaching each other as 6 approaches from mid, misses the shot, and 7KADEN is able to take that. 4 and 2 in favor of 6. What a shot from SIXFEDS, getting a headshot straight off of the spawn. 7KADEN trying to figure out how he might be able to challenge the mid fight here. SIXFEDS takes a shot on 7KADEN from his spawn. Close engagement. And then 7KADEN is able to get a headshot onto SIXFEDS. Definitely take the win from the dogfight. I do believe KADEN is a lot better at taking the dogfights rather than SIXFEDS. As we can see, and SIXFEDS is able to get the flank on 7KADEN, just rotating to the other side, and he is taking the first map this round. Let's see how they move up into the second map. And that map is going to be crafted. An interesting pick again. SIXFEDS trying to land a tech slide jump from spawn to get an angle on 7KADEN. But KADEN is able to get the high ground, but he unfortunately falls. Knows that SIXFEDS is underground. Tries to get a shot off, but misses. Looks exactly where he is. Tries to predict the slide, but unfortunately, SIXFEDS was just too fast for him and gets a headshot quickscope. SIXFEDS back onto the high ground. And amazing to both of these. 7KADEN is in probably some of the best position to be in on this map. Approaching SIXFEDS spawn, but doesn't quite know where he is. SIXFEDS takes a shot and misses. Both of them know where each other are afraid to peek and push. KADEN here's the glass, tries to get a shot off, but it gets blanked. SIXFEDS hits a 75 on the KADEN. Six retreating to reload. Smart. Hiding behind a corner. Waiting for KADEN to jump down, and he does, but unfortunately, he was not ready for KADEN to go wide on that swing and gets taken out. Beautiful jump shot, headshot, quick scope from 7KADEN there. SIXFEDS coming up the left side of the map. Saw a glimpse of KADEN, but still doesn't quite know where he is. Found each other in the church, and then KADEN is able to take out SIXFEDS from the flank, going through church. What a play. SIXFEDS is definitely playing a lot slower today. That is probably in part because of his lack of playtime, but he is able to get a jump shot, headshot right off of the fences. 7KADEN was definitely not expecting that peak. That is a devastating peak to be pulling out in the middle of the match. It is almost impossible to react to, and your opponent is behind cover and can see you to prepare his shot. Great place to hold. Tries to get an angle onto KADEN, but it keeps getting blocked by the fences. After that kill, KADEN tried to take advantage of those fences. Definitely seems that both of these players know that it's kind of an underhanded tactic to play the fences up there, but he gets a quick scope 75. Not quite enough to take out SIXFEDS. Both players have lost each other. SIXFEDS taking the time to reload and reset the engagement. KADEN still does not know where SIXFEDS is as he hides in the church, which is it's definitely a good position to hold, I'd say. He is left, unfortunately, still unknowing where KADEN is, but he hears him from the back. Tries to get a shot up, but it gets blocked off by the dirt. That would have been a free kill if that dirt block wasn't there. KADEN's hiding away. Try to get a prediction onto SIXFEDS popping down. Does not seem like SIXFEDS is going to be willing to chase him into that underground area, and instead takes the high ground, which is another good position to be. And it works out for SIXFEDS as he gets a quickscope jump shot on the 7 curse from the top ropes. Seven curse coming up to the treehouse. Again, that is a good position to be in and hold for sure. There's not a lot of spaces that can attack that area. Seven curse coming through the spawn. Doesn't quite know where SIXFEDS is. But he sees him. Lines up his shot. Waiting for 6 to jump out of the fences. Decides to rotate instead and gets a nasty flick onto SIXFEDS. Jump shot, quick scope. Beautiful shot. The score is 3-3, very even, and then we also have our players on an even ping as well. It truly is anyone's game at this rate. Curse tries to get a shot off, but it gets blocked by the fences there. He's eager to get those pixel peaks. Both of them holding fences. Some of the strongest positions on this map. SIXFEDS baits the reload, gets him into CQC. They both come in with their knives. SIXFEDS, both 75. They both take the time to heal, go in for the knife, and then 7 curse is able to get the double swing onto 6 and take the round. What a rare encounter. That is not something you usually see. And unfortunately for SIXFEDS, hoping that that bait would work out for him, it just didn't. He was not prepared for Curse to be able to take that knife fight from him. Seems like Slicks is aware where Curse may be hiding. He does know that he's going to be on the right side of the map, going off of Alpha's side. Curse goes in with a knife again and is able to take out 6 faster than he can react. Ooh. SIXFEDS has definitely got to do a better job at keeping his distance at this point, because he will not be taking those knife fights anytime soon. SIXFEDS on the low ground, and not a good position to be in for SIXFEDS, but he does manage to take out Curse with a weird angle, to be honest, jumping onto the fences and then jumping through those stairs to get that shot. What an impressive play there to take out Curse. Going 5-4 now, match point for Curse. To take a second, SIXFEDS is just high on that shot there and is not able to get it off. Curse hiding out, waiting, taking his time, tries to get a shot off, but just barely misses, and is able to get a beautiful flick onto SIXFEDS just to close out the round, and that puts Locker Room and Crafted in Curse's hands. So that puts the score at 2-0 now. Let's see what this next map is going to be, fellas. I do believe that our players are going to be taking a slight break, check the recordings, maybe, talk to each other about the maps. I'd say, both of these players are actually friends with each other. I do believe that they've known and talked to each other for a while, and they play with each other sometimes as well. So not necessarily only in sniper duels. Oh, I am just getting a report from Spink that his mouse died. Or is about to die, and he's going to take a second to charge it, which is absolutely okay. We do allow our players to take a pause for every half. And it is currently, and there goes SIXFEDS pause. He just finished it up, and they're getting back onto their platform. So we can see what this next map is going to be. What do we have? We have a Locker Room again. An interesting pick, especially after the first round. But SIXFEDS comes out of the gate immediately with a headshot. Oh my goodness. Immediately turning around after that first time they played this map. Both players afraid to push up here. We do have Curse going in through locker room, but SIXFEDS gets another flick onto 7 Curse, and that puts the score to 0-2. SIXFEDS ready for Curse to peek mid, and he takes him out again. Yeah, I'm telling you that like going into mid is such a risky play, especially on this map. The reaction and skill needed in order to be able to take advantage of mid, it is absurdly high. But Curse, he peeks out and gets another flick onto, oh no, 6. He peeks out, slide peeks out, and gets another flick on the Curse, dominating this map once again. Curse tries to get a shot on the 6, is almost able to take him out in the showers, but SIXFEDS is ready for him and is able to counter. Might be the first 6-0 map going to 6. Well, it's match point already. Not quite though. 7 Curse is able to shut down the 6-0 and keep that self-respect, taking him out from locker room. Both players, Curse still afraid to peek mid. SIXFEDS going through showers. Curse did not take the opportunity to jump into mid after that whiff. 6 still going through showers, gets a no-scope onto Curse, baiting him out with the turnaround, and is able to take the locker room yet again. And I do believe that actually puts the score at 2-1. Putting us at halftime, I believe, already. They are already, there no break for them needed. Then they're already jumping into their next map. Let's see what we have. And it is going to be Shipyard, I believe. Or Yard. I'm not, or Crates. Shipped. I think it's Shipped. SIXFEDS gets an angle on its Curse. What a pixel shot, to be honest. I do not think Curse even knew he was there. Curse gonna maybe go through yellow. Yeah, he's gonna go through yellow here. Try to get an angle on SIXFEDS from mid, but he's just not. SIXFEDS heard him break through the glass and was ready for him. Going 0-2 right now in favor of SIXFEDS. SIXFEDS takes 2 shots, whiffs, but is able to get the jump and take out 7 Curse, who was looking in the wrong direction. What a turn around. It seems like SIXFEDS has definitely warmed up and is ready to dominate the rest of this match. SIXFEDS, another great shot from SIXFEDS. They're ready for Curse to jump out. Curse is definitely thinking about, what do I do? How do I break his momentum right now? 0-4 in 6's favor. He breaks the glass to bait out Curse. Curse revealing his position, jumps up but does not land a shot. But he's able to cake out SIXFEDS, whipping his shot, who had whiffed his shot on a Curse. What a nice punish, and that we'll see if that is enough to break SIXFEDS' momentum. SIXFEDS getting baited out there for a second. Comes out, gets hit by 75 as Curse comes in for the knife kill. It doesn't work out, but he comes out and is still able to secure the kill, getting a jump shot, quick scope headshot on the SIXFEDS. It might actually have been enough to break SIXFEDS' momentum for sure. And we have a celebratory shot from him in the beginning of this round. He gets another amazing jump shot, quick scope on the SIXFEDS. What a shot. SIXFEDS is just probably thinking about, how do I get this momentum back? Because Curse, he's ready, he's adapted, he understands. Misses the shot on 6. Going through red. On the flank route, and Feds does not know he is there. Oh, yes, he does. He found him out. Misses the flick. Tries again, misses again. Curse not ready for another shot and is able to get taken out by SIXFED. Unfortunate. You have to, like, he was trying to definitely get onto some sort of high ground if SIXFEDS would have stayed back. But SIXFED was like, no, I'm going to keep that pressure up. And it was enough to win him that round there. And it's 3-5. SIXFEDS taking back some momentum. First sees him. Not quite sure where he is anymore, though. He has lost him. Sees him again. Tries to get a shot off. And is able to get that second shot. Jump shot. Impressive work for that round. Not allowing SIXFEDS to completely take the momentum, but it is still match point. A lot of high stakes for these shots. They both jump up and whiff. SIXFEDS sees him, but is not able to get a shot off in time, and Summer is able to take him out. It is 5-5, match point for the entire round, and I do still believe the score is 2-1. The Curse fires early on that flick. Gets hit by 75 from SIXFEDS. SIXFEDS not pushing up, keeping his gun out. Low on ammo, only has his knife left. He tries to get a reload off. They go close range, and SIXFEDS is able to take out 7Curse with the knife. Impressive work, and I do believe that puts the score at 3-1, I believe. Or, I'm sorry, 1-3, since we have SIXFEDS on the away team this time. They're both taking a quick second to make sure their recordings are still set. If I do believe the score is 1-3, I unfortunately haven't been keeping that great of a track of it. But if the score is 1-3, I'm just confirming with the players now. That would leave just one more round. We are in the second half now, nearing the end of the second half, actually. As this with a 1-3 score, meaning that if SIXFEDS takes this last map, that is it for the game. 7Curse with only one map to his belt right now. All right, both of the players just hopped in onto the platform and are getting ready to pick their maps. Let's see what we got. What they have chosen. Ooh, they picked Shipyard. A map port from Call of Duty. Modern Warfare, I believe. SIXFEDS holding back. Definitely a change in playstyle from his aggressive last map, but it's Curse is able to get him on the flank. Shoot him from the back. Taking a look at Curse here. The Kovac shirt, you know, repping the brand. You gotta respect it. It lines up his shot, but is not able to get it off before SIXFEDS takes him out on top of the yellow crate. An impressive headshot, too. SIXFEDS ready for Curse to jump up, but it doesn't know that Curse is actually going mid, which is an uncommon route for most players, but he's able to get a flick off and take out 7Curse, who had just gotten onto the crate to get a flank. An impressive shot. SIXFEDS going the common rollout. Baits out a shot from 7Curse. And then SIXFEDS is another flick going to SIXFEDS there. Impressive. A truly unexpected performance from SIXFEDS, who we really haven't seen play that often. Both players not entirely sure where each other are now. Curse rounding the back spawn, finds SIXFEDS and is able to take him out from the flank. That definitely seems to be the strategy for 7Curse today. Taking advantage of those flanks and trying to take advantage of when SIXFEDS isn't looking. You know, distractions or just straight up prediction. That's how Curse is able to get these shots off. And SIXFEDS is definitely playing a lot more carefully. Especially after that, tries to get a flick off and he hits 75, but he's able to clean it up with the knife. Impressive work. First going through yellow, running straight into a sight line onto his spawn, but is not sure where SIXFEDS was, and SIXFEDS was able to capitalize that and take out Curse with a headshot. Score 5-2. Match point for SIXFEDS here. SIXFEDS coming around, is able to get the flank on SIXFEDS, but SIXFEDS just hear him. but SIXFEDS was not able to react in time. And Curse, again, taking advantage of those flanks, is able to take him out. I'm telling you, like the flanks are something that are seriously underrated in this game, and they can and will be the difference between winning and not winning, especially if the aim skill isn't there. Both players not entirely sure where we are, and Curse taking a good position in the corner, covered from the left flank, and also able to see a pretty decent sight line off for mid. Is able to see, he sees SIXFEDS. SIXFEDS still unknown where Curse is, still looking for Curse. Curse tries to get a shot up, but is not able to get the hit, and now SIXFEDS knows where he is, trying to predict where each other are going to pop up from. SIXFEDS feels like Curse rotated. Unfortunately, that is not what Curse did, and is actually pushing up, still wary of each other's position. They hear each other now, ready to engage. Curse misses the shot. Six misses 2 times. Unfortunate, and Curse is able to capitalize on that to take that round. 5 and 4. SIXFEDS still playing careful. Taking to his spawn, tries to get a shot off, but it gets blocked. Fortunately for Curse. Curse rotating in. Sees SIXFEDS, tries to get a shot again. Taking advantage of the flanks there, but SIXFEDS was ready for it and takes another map. If that is not game, I do believe that puts the score at 2-3, if not 2-2. Let's check in with the players real quick. Let's get a quick score report. It is 1-4, so yes, that is good game. Yeah, that is good game. And Spanky has won the championship. That amazing work from these competitors. That's for sure. You know, I've seen not a lot of players take advantage of those flanks, and Curse did take advantage of those flanks, but unfortunately SIXFEDS was able to adapt to it. Let's get those scores reported real quick as we were here. Yeah, Curse was able to take that last round, but Spanky's adapting from that. It brought that over here and continued to adapt to Curse's play style and watch those flanks more often than he usually does. And completely shutting down Curse, because Curse is just not on that same level of aim skill and reaction time as Spanky is. It truly unfortunate for Curse, but still overall great job for these players making it to grand finals in season 1, and I hope to see these competitors play again for season 2. The maps that they picked, you know, I would say for Curse to definitely stay away from Locker Room in the future, especially when going against Spanky, because Spanky, that is Spanky's map for sure. He had a mid lockdown. He was ready for those instant, like, right off spawn peaks into mid. Though those shots are very risky, and he took advantage of it. He was able to take that risk and get all of the reward. Almost 6-0ing Curse in the 4th round, I believe. So, you know, overall, great for these players. Yeah. Both players just confirming the outcome of the match. And, you know, it's great to see this level of sportsmanship, you know, both saying GGs to each other. And overall, I am really excited to see these players play again coming season 2 with a 150,000 Robux prize pool going out to the best players from each division. Overall, you know, great performance from these players, and I'm excited to see what they have to offer in the future. Thank you for watching, and hope you guys tune in next time for season 2 and any of the other events that we run. Speaking of which, we do have a game night coming up in our community. You can run, I believe, !Discord to get a check on that. This game night it's a time where the community can come together, play with each other, and just have fun without, having to worry about, money or status or ranks or anything like that. Low stakes, low cortisol event.